Hey guys, we have finished reading Thunder Rose and we've talked about figurative language used in the tall tale called Thunder Rose today, and so it is time to write about it. Today, you're going to complete a blog post about what makes a story a tall tale. Let's read the writing prompt for today. In Thunder Rose, you read a tall tale about a larger than life character who does incredible things. Imagine that you have a blog where you share ideas about writing and books. You plan to write about characters and events in tall tales. Write a blog post explaining what makes a story a tall tale using Thunder Rose as an example. Don't forget to use some of the critical vocabulary words in your blog post. So that sounds like a great writing prompt, unless you don't know how to write a blog post or even maybe what one is. And then this writing prompt is super perplexing. So let's look at the next slide where I wrote a pretend blog post for you about what a blog post is. Here's my blog post, and it's a pretend one, but it will help you to understand what a blog post and a blog is. Here's my title right here. What is a blog post? And here I gave myself credit by Mrs. Flora. So have you ever wondered what makes a blog post? What is a blog post anyway? What is a blog for that matter? Well, keep reading because I am about to help you figure that out. What is a blog post and what is a blog? Uh-oh, I didn't mean to move that. A blog, also known as a weblog, is a website that is like a diary or journal. Most people can create a blog and then write on that blog. Bloggers, a word for people who write on blogs, often write about their opinions and thoughts. And I found that information right there at this website, kids.kiddle.co. And I put that there because I wanted to give credit to them. Those are not my words. This section right here was written by someone else, and so I could not claim it as my own. And since I wrote this whole text and said it was by me, I had to give credit to the people who wrote that part. I wanted to add to what they were doing when they explained what a blog is. So I told you bloggers use different fonts, images, and writing styles to draw attention to what they write. Blogs often look kind of like an online magazine and a journal combined. Think of Scholastic News, that's a magazine you know about, and a journal magazine or in a journal entry. And then, guys, I have given you on this slide 2 examples of blogs that were written for kids and that are real life blogs that you could see on the internet. Check out this blog that's written by 3 sisters or the Sports Illustrated for Kids blog. And this is what you would see as one of the graphics on the Sports Illustrated for Kids. And this is a screenshot of the Sisterville blog that is written by 3 sisters. So if you wanted to see a little bit more about blogs, you could click on either of those links. I also wanted you to know, and I put a box around this just to draw some attention to it, that after bloggers publish their blog posts on the web, they often have a section for people to make comments. That's usually a part of a blog post, is that people from all over, whoever's reading the blog online, can make comments and have a conversation about a topic, and they wouldn't have been able to have a conversation about that otherwise. It's like they're pen pals on the internet. That's what a blog post is, boys and girls. Your job is to write a pretend blog post. You won't publish it on the web, but you are going to do it in Google Classroom. So let's look at the next part of this assignment. I wanted you to remember to check back at the writing prompt often to keep your writing focused. This is really important, boys and girls. You need to stay focused on the writing prompt and what they are asking you to do. You also should use information on page 82 in your My Book. It's here on this slide, but it's really tiny, so you could zoom in and see it here, but it might be just as easy for you to open up your My Book and see it. This information on page 82 is the genre study about tall tales, and if you look at the prompt again, it says write a blog post. Let me see if I can get my pointer out. Write a blog post. No, that's not working. Write a blog post explaining what makes a story a tall tale using Thunder Rose as an example. It's not letting me highlight that. Don't forget to use some of the critical vocabulary words. On page 82, boys and girls, you will find the genre study with criteria for what makes a story a tall tale, and you will also find a list of our vocabulary words. So page 82 is going to be super helpful as you write your blog post. But remember, you're supposed to use Thunder Rose as an example. So you also need to go back through the story in Thunder Rose and list examples of exaggeration in Thunder Rose. They can include character traits, the setting, and events from that story. Type your list for your plan right here on this slide. And then finally, here's the slide where you will make your own blog post. I put the title in for you. What makes a story a tall tale? Where it says written by, you need to click there and then write your name, whatever your name is. Put it there like you're a journalist for real. And then where it's highlighted right here, if you noticed in my blog post, I had a hook. I asked 3 questions to my readers and then put a keep reading sentence. It wasn't a complete essay introduction like we would write normally, but it was a hook and a keep reading sentence to get my readers interested. You highlight on where it says write your topic here. I may change that to say write your hook here or get your readers interested here. I might change that after the video. And then you type your own hook. Where it says write your thoughts here, that is where you are going to write about what makes a story a tall tale and include examples from Thunder Rose, exclamation point. Okay, that's what you're going to do there. So you can highlight my words again and then start writing your own right there. Over to the side here, I did include a picture of the writing prompt from HMH, and you could pull that and make it bigger to read it, or you can just have your book open to that page so that you can read what you're supposed to do. I also included some pictures from Thunder Rose and a list of the vocabulary. You wouldn't include the vocabulary list or the prompt on your blog post page, but if you use examples that these pictures connect to when you're explaining or using Thunder Rose as examples of exaggeration, you can pull these pictures right over to go next to your text. You can make them smaller. I do not suggest making them much bigger. You won't have room to write, and none of your 4th grade teachers are going to like that. But you can pull those pictures right over on your own blog post slide. When you're finished, you can delete the prompt and you can delete the critical vocabulary word. You just hit backspace and it goes away. If you accidentally delete it before you're done, just hit undo and it will come back just like that. So when you're finished with your blog post, you should have your name, leave the picture of Thunder Rose. You should have your writing and thinking, and you can pull the pictures in if they help you to show your examples, or you can delete them. Good luck writing your own blog post. I hope it goes great.